Hello trainers, Neto here, and today we're diving together into Psychic-type with Shadow Meta as our closer. So in this team, not only we're gonna use a glassy and weird Pokemon like the Shadow Meta, but also we're gonna pair it up with a water gun version of Slowbro and of course the glassy Alolan Raichu. So Thunder Punch here is gonna do a nice chunk to this Victini, and right after we got one more to start threading some shields. With shields out of the way, Alolan Raichu can absolutely do a lot of solid work, but first we have to take those shields out, right? And here comes now another move to finish off Victini while we have a decent amount of energy stored up. So Malamar now is gonna return to the battle and we have one more move ready to go. They are gonna take it, so we have to switch out into our Slowbro to absorb the damage from the hard hitting foul play, and then let's see what they have at the back. It is gonna be the Fairy and the Psychic type on the same Pokemon, on the Gardevoir, and we can just farm down with those Metal Claws. So as you can see, Shadow Meta aims for those Pokemon, and we're gonna see that on the entirety of this video, while this Volt Switch, the final one, will grab this victory to start off the video in a very positive way. Hopping now into the next one, and we're having a Claydol up in front. So this is obviously a very good one for us because Claydol at the back can always be kinda troublesome for our solid backline, because both steel and electric types are gonna take super effective damage from those mud slabs. So with that in mind, now we're gonna bring into play our Shadow Meta, completely walling down this Rapidash. Of course, if they had high horsepower, which happened to me about once or twice, and yeah, then your Meta will just go down in one hit. So anyways, able to do a lot of solid work, not only against Rapidash but also against Victini, and I'm not gonna throw in energy here because I want them to sacrifice the remaining energy that they have on that Victini on my Meta, because if I could sacrifice some energy in the process, they would have the upper hand no matter what. So over here, all I have to do is to complete the farm down with my water guns, and even if they finish me off, they're gonna be so much debuffed that a couple of Volt Switches might actually do the trick. However, here I get a little bit too greedy. I should have thrown the move because this is definitely only 1 HP remaining on the Victini, and even if they could block my move, they could still take 1 damage worth of my Thunder Punch. So yeah, that could have been a win for us, but as it seems, my opponent here absolutely outsmarts me down with that final quick attack, and they can get there to the victory to grab their victory. Into the next one, and we're met up on the switch with that Hypno. You know what? Hypno is always pretty troublesome for the Psychic-type because you never know what move it might throw, and it always can be something like a Shadow Ball. So over here, I'm just gonna get to the Wild Charge, do severe damage to their shields, and now the Shadow Ball is coming up. So by blocking this move correctly, now we might have the upper hand up against them, because not only we have another Wild Charge to finish them off, but also enough energy to press for that next shield against their final Pokemon. So Wild Charge here able to grab that final shield, and now the Ice Beam to annihilate down this poor Rapidash. So with the Rapidash out of the way, and I'm pretty sure we can do that pretty effectively with our Meta, we might actually have a chance on this battle. However, they have a lot of energy stored up on the Bronzong, so I'm trying to cut some energy on the Raichu, but they know better by completely farming down. So here comes now the payback, but guess what, trainers? This opponent doesn't have payback at all. So we're kinda lucky in this unlucky situation with Meta able to completely farm down. I know what you're thinking, what is happening, Ganeto? Well, you can take that as a win or a lose. I'm gonna take whatever Go Battle League is gonna give me, so I'm gonna count it as a win. But obviously, if they had payback, that would have been a very good game for their team, because yeah, one-shotting down my Psychic-type Pokemon for sure, my Meta. So anyways, into the next one now, and we're meeting up with a Braxis up in front, while at the back they have a Rapidash, and unfortunately for us, they're gonna bring it up against our Raichu. So we actually might have a chance, because this is a usual core with a Braxis up in front, Rapidash at the back, and perhaps a Gardevoir as their third Pokemon, going with a double Fairy typing. So if that is gonna be the case, perhaps we can actually have a chance over here. But instead, they're gonna bring now their Braxis, which makes a lot of sense to be honest, and now now at the back they have the Gardevoir, so we guessed that right, able to completely farm down with Metang, and right after the Gyro Ball will be more than enough, I believe, to grab the victory. No, they can still survive to my surprise, but still they cannot farm down because Metang is not that classy as it seems for the Great League formats. Into the next one now, and the Psychic Cup is absolutely full of no surprises because we're having a Malamar up in front, so the meta is pretty limited, and if you can think out of the box with picks like Attack from Deoxys or something like a Shadow Latios or the Shadow Metang, obviously you're gonna have a great time on the Psychic Cup. So yeah, I really encourage you to do so if you have the extra Stardust to spend on this Pokemon. So Galar and Slowking now up against our Alola Raichu, Galar against Alola, and of course we have now the Wild Charge ready to go. They are gonna go for the double block, and you know what, I am already feeling like a winner from this battle because I might go down to the surf, but we're having one shield while they have 0, and my Metang can absolutely wreak havoc on their team. And seeing that Galar and Slowking makes me think that perhaps they have the double Slow Brothers actually at the back. So here it is, another Galarian Pokemon, but this time the Slowbro at the back. So Sludge or whatever they throw can easily be taken, while we can still reach to the Gyro Ball to guarantee the knockout against that Pokemon. So if they had Focus Blast, I could go down pretty easily here, but obviously they didn't. That was too early to be a Focus Blast. That's why I let that move go through. Into the next one now, and this time Galar and Slowking will be up in front, which is not great for my team since this Pokemon is having a lot of ghost moves to throw, and both my Slowbro up in front and my Metang will struggle up against it. However, Raichu can still provide a lot of pressure with those back-to-back Thunder Punches, and that's why I recommend going with a Raichu with this exact moveset. Obviously, it is gonna struggle you a lot against Claydol because you do not have Grass Knot, but still you can do a lot of solid work with the Thunder Punch bait and then go with the back-to-back moves, going for the Wild Charge as your second charge attack. So yeah, definitely an all-around Pokemon for this format. So anyways, they have here the Rapidash, and I'm just gonna let that move go through. It ends up being a high horsepower, and obviously things aren't looking that well for us right now, but all of a sudden we have a win con because at the back they have the Victini. So Surf here is gonna grab their shield out of the game, and I know that I can survive one V-Create with ease. Right after I will focus on the farm down, but as it seems my opponent can get there to the V-Create once again to grab my final shield. Hopefully though we can still reach to the Surf to guarantee the knockout against the Galar and Rapidash, and that's gonna be a great game for our team. Into the final one now, trainers, and this is gonna be a very fast one because we're having the Rapidash up in front, at the back the Bruxis, and I don't know why they brought it up against my electric type Pokemon. Obviously they can still farm down, but they're gonna get severely hurt on that shield scenario. Able to get to the second Thunder Punch, down they go with those two shields already out of play, and now we're just gonna get in there with our Slowbro. We know that the bite damage can do so much damage on our Pokemon, but still we can survive the charge attacks, which is the key element for this battle. Right here I'm gonna get to the Surf and then one more to guarantee the knockout against that Malamar. So now they return to the battle with the Rapidash, and of course we can wall it down with Shadow Metang, which is an amazing closer for this format. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of my videos here on YouTube. With that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into our next upload.